Y'all know it had to start, Cowboy Nation. The Dallas Cowboys dropped the game to the Buffalo Bills, and now the world is crashing down. Everything's coming to a grinding halt, Cowboy Nation, all because the Dallas Cowboys are 10-4 when the best record is 11-3. Stop it. I now understand why the NFL community considers this Overreaction Monday. There's a lot of overreacting going on. Let's get into it.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, here on YouTube, the place where y'all can find my raw and uncut emotion about the Dallas Cowboys 24/7, 365. And as long as I'm alive, y'all know I'm DC for life. And if you're DC for life, won't you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to what we do here, because what we do is represent the Dallas Cowboys, win, lose, or draw, ladies and gentlemen. I've been fielding so many overreaction comments in the comment section. We lost a game where we were out-muscled, outclassed, out-schemed, and outperformed, Cowboys Nation. We walked into Orchard Park and had another off game. We're not allowed to have those. 10-4, Cowboys Nation. 10-4. Watching First Take with Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, and Dan Orlovsky, they got their time to shine. They got their time to be able to dance in the sunshine because the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Buffalo Bills. They were able to show their disdain for America's team. Stephen A. was able to get on there and do his usual I can't stand the Cowboys spiel, and revisited the time when he told D-Law to have that same energy. Dan Orlovsky got on there with the I told you so look. I want to touch on what Shannon Sharpe had to say about it, though. So we're going to listen to Unc, and then we're going to come back and unpack my raw and uncut. So everybody, take a listen.
But when you place expectations on them, they don't answer.
Yeah.
And this is the latest example of it.
Why are the fans so emotional?
This is the latest example of it. The
But
fans,
if you,
they're so
it's beautiful.
emotional.
Did you see Shannon? Did you see how miserable the fans were?
yeah, man, they get mad. They get mad at us for telling them the truth.
That's right.
Because if you look at this, when we put that graphic on the screen, look at the home and the takeaways, and look how the defense get after you. Now look at them on the road. Now, all of a sudden, instead of Michael Parsons swimming and getting upfield, he has to go square to square with a man. And those tight ends and those guards was doing a number on him, doing a number on D-Law, doing a number on Oziggy Dua, 97, Oziggy Zua. They were doing a number on him. So what happens when you can't pin your ears back and you have to look a man in his eye? And he's putting his helmet in your chest. Look at this. Nobody touched him. Michael Parsons chasing the man like Rerun was running behind that truck, and what's happening? Is anybody going to touch him? If anybody, the man's in the circus. He's a tumbler with Linda. Look at him. Come on, Cowboys. All y'all do, and everybody they writing, this team looks different. This is a very close team. All I know is that star still as bright as it was last week. Are they not as close as they were last week? I need to know what's going on. I need to know, because everybody got a whole lot to say when things are going well.
That's right.
But I ain't hear no sound bites yesterday.
No.
I didn't hear no catchy phrases. I didn't hear this team. Where's Jerry? Jerry says, this is one of the proudest moments I've ever had. What did he say yesterday? Everybody running their mouths when things are going well. I need to see when things are not going well. Do you still have that same energy?
So we get mad when you tell us the truth, Shay Shay. So the truth is, we are cockroaches, because that's what Stephen A. says. But Stephen A. says that that's all in fun. No, Shannon, we get mad at you because you guys come on this show and you show a desire for our team and wanting them to lose. You show our team so much vitriol, but treat other teams with kid gloves. That's why we ask y'all to keep the same energy. And guess what? Shannon Sharpe is now wishing we keep the same energy. This is coming from the same man that will agree that the Cowboys fans are delusional when we say we're still them boys after a loss. Which one is it, Unc? Do you want us to concede and have our heads down and be like, oh man, we're not a good team? Or do you want us to have that same energy after a loss? Because to me, we still them boys. I'm not so easily pushed to the edge, Shannon. We still them boys. Even in the Dave Campo days, we're still them boys. Even through the Quincy Carter, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe, Chad Hutchinson led seasons, we are still them boys. Through the peaks and the valleys and the constant bashing from you guys, we're still them boys. So why wouldn't we still be them boys at 10-4? Come on now. Then you got Dan Orlovsky breathing life back into the Buffalo Bills, and y'all have optimism for that. We're 10-4, Cowboys Nation. Speaking of Dan Orlovsky, did you see that smug look on his face when he mentioned Dallas Cowboys fans? He had that I'm going to rub this loss in their face look written all over his face. He was like, why are the Cowboys fans so sensitive? Bro, rewind the clock back a little bit. When your coworkers were giving Josh Allen the business because of his turnover problem, and just because he didn't throw one against the Dallas Cowboys don't mean that it isn't still there, Dan Orlovsky. You were getting bent out of shape because Josh Allen was being called out on it. People were showing videos where Dan Orlovsky would blatantly contradict himself. With Dak Prescott, the interceptions were an issue. With Josh Allen, he can throw as many interceptions as he wants to and still be considered an MVP. Cowboys fans are tired of the blatant contradiction you throw up every time you talk about the Dallas Cowboys. When everyone talked about Josh Allen, you got visibly upset and emotional. Don't act like you don't know why we're pissed, Dan Orlovsky. Dallas Cowboys fans are pissed at the blatant disdain you talking heads show. Dallas Cowboy fans are sick and tired of the goalposts being moved for our quarterback and not other quarterbacks. Dallas Cowboy fans are sick of being called cockroaches and insignificant. Dallas Cowboy fans are sick of doing everything to have a seat at the table only to have our reservation misplaced. At the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys are 10-4. Every player in the NFL will tell you that it's hard to win games in the NFL. So how could one ball club be expected to go undefeated every single season? We have 4 losses. 4 losses. Cowboys Nation. I refuse to have these talking heads make me feel like the world's coming to an end because the Dallas Cowboys have 4 losses on the season. Are we in danger of missing the playoffs? No. The silver lining to last night's game is we clinched a playoff berth. We have time to course correct, Cowboys Nation. We have time to fix the mistakes in order to have a better shot at success. Our Super Bowl journey is going to be one where it's going to be on the road. We're going to have to travel. We have to figure out what we need to do in order to succeed on the road. In this next clip I got for you, this is the reason why I still entertain Stephen A. today. When all jokes are aside and he's giving a good take on the current state of affairs with the Dallas Cowboys, he's pretty good. So take a listen to what he has to say, and then we're going to come back and unpack my raw and uncut. So take it away, Stephen A.
Let me answer this, though. Let me say a couple of things. Number one, even though they got obliterated, I don't even look that much at Dak from yesterday's loss. No. I look at the defense that was getting ramrodded and pushed around, and Buffalo was marching up and down the field, chewing up time of possession, et cetera, et cetera. I look at it from that perspective. I also look at it from this. Again, we're talking about a Dallas Cowboy team, and I'm not joking here. When I talk about allergic to prosperity, I mean it, and here's the reason why. Because you knew that the division, even though the Eagles could win out and they would have won the division, the fact of the matter is you would have put pressure on the Philadelphia Eagles to have to win every single game. You knew that coming into this game. You go on the road, and what happens? This is how you get beat. And so for me, I'm looking at it from the standpoint those expectations were something they couldn't answer the call to. You missed Ezekiel Elliott from the standpoint that once upon a time, you had a bell cow at the running back spot that could run the football themselves, not just somebody that was relying on speed and elusivity, but strength, being a bell cow. You didn't have that. And last but not least, they talked about Dak Prescott and how you give him an abundance of plays. I heard you and Rex talking about it on Get Up. You give him an abundance of plays. He goes to the line of scrimmage, he purviews the landscape, and he says, yo, okay, this is what I think we should go with. Right. On the road, that's not easier, which means he needs help. That help has to come from Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, once upon a time, we looked at it and we said, yo, even Aaron Rodgers was questioned whether or not he was archaic. All of a sudden, we ignored those things for all of these months, and now it's come back to the light.
All right, now. I feel like he's absolutely right in this clip, Cowboys Nation. Our defense allowed the Buffalo Bills offense to have its way. They were on the field way too long. The Buffalo Bills dominated the time of possession in that game. We couldn't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball, but it wasn't just on Dak's shoulders. Speaking of Dak's shoulders, allow me to address the Dak Prescott haters. As for you guys, Dak was far from the only reason why the Dallas Cowboys lost the game yesterday. Was Dak able to get the offense jump-started? No. But it wasn't just his fault. The offensive line, if it can't block, he can't throw. If the offensive line can't open up holes, the run game doesn't materialize. If Dak can't throw, the receivers don't catch. All in all, we can't score points. It's that simple, Cowboys Nation. It's that simple, Dak haters. If the defensive line can't win in the trenches, the defense will not win the day. The defense didn't win the day. This was a team loss. From the coaches all the way down to the water boy. This was a team loss. So instead of pointing the fingers, let's collectively get back on the damn ball. Tighten up what we have to tighten up, Cowboys Nation. The season is nearing its end and we can't limp into the playoffs. We're a team that bounces back. When we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, we went on a 5-game winning streak after. Y'all tell me, what would happen if we went on a 5-game winning streak now? This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What do you feel about what I had to say? What do you feel about what the talking heads had to say from First Take? Do you agree with my assessment or do you agree with their assessment? Let me know. Let's have a conversation about it in the comment section below. #CCC, classy cowboy conversation. I want to thank every Angry Cowboy fan that's been rocking with your boy from my day ones to my yesterday subscribers. You are what makes this channel what it is, and I appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I highly advise you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you can stay up to date with the Angry Cowboys Fan whenever I go live or whenever I release a video. Y'all continue to be DC for life and continue to represent our Dallas Cowboys with class. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. I'm out.